What's going on, everybody? Back with another Wealth Hack Wednesday. And today I want to talk about the importance of building a professional team around you, especially if you are interested or have any desire of building wealth. Now, if you're watching this and you're saying to yourself, Jeff, I'm not a business owner. I don't plan on owning my own business. I'm not an entrepreneur. So how does this apply to me? And it does. And let me share a personal story of how it does. So whenever I was deployed to Iraq, I had 2 years worth of tax returns that I hadn't filed yet. So when you go overseas, you don't have to file your taxes till you get back. So I had 2 years worth of tax returns I had to file. I didn't know where to go. I didn't have an accountant. I didn't have anybody to go to refer me to anybody. So my wife and I went to Walmart and paid for one of those tax services that set up shop there in Walmart. Now, did they do a good job? I mean, they did. They filled in the numbers and we ended up getting a tax return back, so like that was a good thing. But what they didn't do was ask a lot of questions as far as like planning questions and things that we were thinking of doing in the future. And it was very much like, hey, here's our stuff. They fill in the blanks. They fill in, went on the computer and punched in all the numbers. They did what they were supposed to do, but there was no planning. There was no consulting. And after that, that's when I knew that I needed a professional that knew what they were doing when it comes to taxes. And knew more as far as like forward projections and just, with things coming up. Like, are we gonna have children? Do we plan on buying a new house? What are the plans with our career? What our incomes are going to look like? So it was just a lot of those planning questions, me being a financial planner, that we didn't get asked. So I knew that I needed to find a tax professional, and that's why I ended up hiring a CPA. For those that don't know, a CPA is a certified public accountant, and these are people that they know the tax code, they live and breathe this stuff. And really why I wanted to share that with you today is because my CPA is actually coming to my house to go over our taxes for last year. We filed an extension. We do that every year. That's a whole other story. So that's why if you look behind me, you get to see all the stuff here. So here's all my 1099s from the various businesses. We have our personal stuff that we have to go through, and just having everything ready for him when he gets here so we can just kind of go through this stuff. And for those of you that maybe have some suspicions how I do my online business, am I really making as much as I make? This is a 1099 from 2017. This is just one of the revenue sources. Let's see if we can actually get the camera to focus on that. So this is just one of my 1099s from one of our affiliates that we have from the site. So for those that have any suspicions if I'm actually making how much I make, there's one that you can see. All right, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day, right? So you can watch my passive income videos to see more about that. But talking about building a professional team. So with my CPA, so this is someone that I end up meeting at a networking group and was looking to connect with other professionals. So I ended up going to him for my own personal services so that if a client ever asks me, who's a good accountant, a good CPA to go to, like, here, you can go to my guy because this is a guy that I use and that I like and I trust. Now that was over, I think 11 years ago, maybe even longer, that we've been working together. Actually, no, it's going back 14 years. 14 years I've been working with my accountant. So he has been with me from the day that I gave him my W-2, where I made like $35,000 for the year. So he's been with me from the W-2 stage where I was making that to where now he sees this and he's just like, wow, like you just keep blowing up. It's always good for him to tell me that anyway. But we've been working together for 14 years, so he knows everything about me. And not just business-wise. I mean, my wife is always sitting in on these appointments, and he's been he has been a life coach and a marriage coach, because if you don't know this, as your business grows, complexities happen. You're setting up LLCs, you gotta get your wills and all that, your trust and all that set up. You got your life insurance policies. The structure is fairly complex for those that don't have a business. So having somebody not just to navigate the numbers behind it, but also just the emotional stress and the emotional pains that you go through in that process. I mean, he has been invaluable through all that. But here's the part, going back before I hired him, because I had this misconception that hiring a CPA, hiring a tax professional would cost me an arm and a leg. It would just be way more than I could really afford. So was I really ready to pay for a certified public accountant? Why would I just go back to Walmart and utilize, the H&R Block or whoever the tax service that we used back then? Like, that was only a couple $100, so why would I just keep going that route? So here was the funny thing. When I compared the cost of what I paid for the tax filing service inside Walmart versus my CPA, the first year that I used him, he cost me, I think it was like between $50 to $100 more for the entire year. So it was like $100 more that I had this professional that was giving me advice, that was consulting with me and asking questions, asking probing questions that had me and my wife really think about, what are we trying to do? What are we trying to accomplish? And he has been such a pivotal part of our business, of our relationship, of our life, of our marriage, that I can't even imagine how we would have accomplished what we had without him. So he is our tax professional. We also have an attorney that we go through. We have a business insurance professional. So I have this team of professionals that I can go to when I have a question about my business on whatever topic that they specialize in. And having that team, having that professional team that surrounds you will contribute to you growing wealth so much faster than you trying to either do it on your own or using a service like TurboTax. Yes, you're gonna save money on those, but are you really getting those consulting type questions, those engaging questions that are gonna make you think and challenge yourself? And I would argue and contend that no, you're not. And based on my experience, I just don't think you are. So you might not think that you're ready to hire a professional right now, but I would actually argue that you are, because hiring that professional is going to open your eyes. You're going to get their experience that you're not going to get elsewhere, and they can share stories and other situations that you might not be familiar with because of their experience, because of the people they have worked with through the years that you're not going to get just by going online and reading some article about whatever topic it is. So start building that team now. Start building that professional team now. So whenever your career or business takes off, you have that team around you that knows your situation, knows what you're trying to accomplish, and they're gonna be able to help you that much more and helping you build wealth. All right, so I gotta finish getting all this stuff done for my CPA so that we can file our taxes and all that fun stuff. I mean, I would tell you that it's not the most fun appointment in the world, but you know what? It's just one of those things you gotta do, especially if you live here in the US and you gotta file your taxes, all that fun stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Wealth Hack Wednesday tip. And obviously, check back next Wednesday because I got another tip coming. This is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace. He has been such a pivotal. He has been such a pivotal. He has been such a pivotal